Guys, let's start with day 4 of AI plus DevOps series. Today we're going to build AI DevOps agent for Docker. So prerequisites are same. We are going to use AWS Cloud Shell. Then we need a Gemini API key. Also, we're going to use Python 3.11. So let's create day 4 folder and change the directory to day 4. So I am in day 4 now. Let's create Python 3.11 virtual environment. Copy this and run this. Run this now. Virtual environment is created. Let me activate that. Let me install all the dependencies first. So pip install all the dependencies. Then let me create a env file. I've already installed the Docker. If you have not installed the Docker, you can install that. Then check the Docker version. So Docker is installed already. Now let's create the agent. Agent script is created now. Here also we are using Gemini 3.1 agent. I've added some ground rules here. And for input, we can give the multi-line input. Let's run the agent now. Python 3 docker agent.py. Let's run this now. It's asking the input. Let's run task 1. Here we are going to create a Python app. We need an app.py file and it will run on 5000 port, and we are going to install the Flask also, and we're going to run this app using ampersand, means it is running on background. Let's copy my prompt and run this now. If I do ls now, you can see app.py. Now let me create a Docker file. App.py already exists in my folder and Flask app is running on 5000 port. And for Docker file, these are the requirement. Python 3.11 I need, and copying the file, install the Flask, then expose the port, that is 5000, then run the app. Let me copy my prompt. Let me run the agent again. Let me run this now. Let me open the new tab and check whether the Docker file is created or not. And if I do ls here you can see Docker file is created. And if I cat this Docker file, I can see these are the Dockerfile instructions. So this is the base image, that is Python 3.11. Then the working directory is /app. Then copy the source code to this /app directory. Then run pip install Flask. Then the port, that is 5000 port. And the cmd, I'm going to run the Python app.py. So it created a clean Docker file. So Docker file is created. What is the next task? We have to create the image. So next prompt will be build a Docker image. Requirements will be tag image as this tag and show build output also. Let me copy this prompt. It is showing the Docker command here, docker build -t AI DevOps latest. Now it is executing the Docker file instruction one by one. First instruction will be using my Python 3.11 image. That is the base image. And then setting up the working directory to /up. That is the second step. Then third instruction is copying the source code. Then the fourth instruction will be installing my Flask. If I go to another tab and run Docker images here, you can see one image is created, that is AI DevOps. So Docker image is created now. Let me run the container. For that, this is the prompt, run the Docker container and verify the Docker container is running or not using the Docker ps command. So let's copy my prompt, run this task now, enter. So it's showing the commands here because in ground rules I have added like show me the real commands. So this is the command now, docker run -d -p. This is the port mapping that I have added in the prompt itself, 5001 and 5000. And this is the Docker image, that is AI DevOps Docker latest. Run is completed. This is the container ID. Also in the prompt I have added show me the output of Docker ps. So it show the output also here in the prompt itself. So this is the image and this is the cmd I have added in the Docker file, and this is created 6 seconds ago. And this is the port mapping, that is 5001 to 5000. So with the agent you can create the Docker image as well as Docker container. So next, for debugging and other things we need Docker logs, right? For those tasks also we can do with the agent itself. So fetch the container logs. Then I can add the commands like use docker ps-q. Then show me last 100 times. This is nothing but like tail command, right? So let me run this prompt now. Let's see whether it is able to give me the Docker logs. So it's showing the Docker logs here, serving the Flask app on this app, and debug mode is off. And this is a tip, and I have one warning also. And this is running on this side. Next, I can run the command like docker exec, and also I mentioned as no -it means no interactive mode, because I don't want to attach any terminal to this. So docker exec without interactive mode I'm going to run. So we got the error here, no such container -name, because it ran this command docker exec container underscore name. Here it have to replace the container underscore name with the actual container name. So it didn't replace that. Let me run this updated prompt now. Here I've asked the agent to first check docker ps command and use the first container ID. So let me copy this prompt and let's run this prompt now. So now it ran this command docker exec And the container ID, it will get it from this command docker ps, then the first container, and inside container it ran ls-la. So these are the files inside. Then let's restart my container using these commands. Now let's restart the container using this prompt. Dynamically get the container ready, then stop the container, then start the container, then verify if it is started or not using docker ps command. Let me copy this prompt. Let me add this here. So these are the command it's going to run. Container ID is equal to docker ps -q1. It will give the first container ID, then docker stop this container ID, then docker start, then docker ps. So it ran now, and it gave the output of docker ps now. Now let's add the docker tag also. For this image, for latest tag, we are going to add docker v1 tag. Let's run this now. Paste the task, enter. So now new tag is created, that is version 1 tag. So we can create the tag also using agent. So now my agent is able to do all the Docker basic operations. Now let me give the advanced task like optimize my Docker file. For that, reduce the image size, use the best practice, and improve build caching also. So let me optimize my Docker file using this prompt now. Let me run this now. So it is showing the actual commands it will run. So now it is running this command also, docker build inline cache equal to 1. Also, you can monitor the resource also using agent. Use docker stats command and other things. So let me run this prompt. So now it is running this docker stats command. Now let's clean up the docker environment, remove the stopped container, remove the unused images. So it will free the disk space. So let me run this prompt now. So it removed all the unused resources using these docker clean commands. Then let's break our container. Then we check whether our agent is able to fix that or not. So let's break the application. Here I'm going to paste my app.py. So here I'm going to return in the unknown variable. Let's paste my code here. Let's rebuild my image using the latest code. So let me run this prompt now. So it's going to create a new image using docker build -t, and this is my tag. So it created the image now. Let me create the container using this prompt. So it's going to run this command docker and -d, -p 5002, and 5000 is my port. AI DevOps docker latest. So it created the container now. So first we have to check the failure. For that we need logs. So fetch the logs using docker logs. So let me run this prompt. Now just to capture the error, we can run this command so that we are hitting this localhost 5000. So it will give the error. So let me run this now. We are getting internal server error because the code is wrong. Now from the agent, let me check the failure using this prompt. Here you can see the error here. Unknown variable is not defined. Let's fix the code now using this prompt. So correct the code, ensure no runtime error, and keep the functionality same. So let's copy this and run this now. So it's going to run these SCD commands. Now let's rebuild the image again using this prompt. So it's going to run docker build command now. So it rebuilt the image again now. Now let's restart the container using this prompt. First it's going to remove the old container using docker stop and docker rm. Then it will create a new container using docker run. So old container is stopped and the new container is run. Now let's verify the container whether it is working or not. So now here you can see the app is running now. So all the errors are fixed now. So we have fixed the error using the agent. So with the agent, we created the app and we create the docker file. We run docker image, docker run, all those commands. Then we intentionally add the error. Then the agent able to fix that error too. That's it for day 4. Comment docker so that it will reach more people. I'll meet you in day 5 of the series.